Good day, subscribers, new YouTube viewers and friends. It's me, Ranch. Don't you take it so hard now, and please don't take it so bad. I'll still be thinking of you and the times we've had. It's release day for Shadows over Innistrad, and a lot of the main money cards right now other than Avacyn are the Planeswalkers. So, I don't play Standard. I'm just going to open this up and hope for the best. Assuming I can. There we go. So for the first pack, I'll go through the commons and uncommons. And the rest, well. Alright, box mappers. Shuffle the packs. Let's see you do something like that. Ghostly Wings with a dent on the top. Inspiring Captain. Deny Existence. Stallion of Ashmouth. Ember Eye Wolf, cool. Equestrian Skill. Macabre Waltz. Pyrehound. Might Beyond Reason. And it's a foil pack. Compelling Deterrence. Sinister Connotation. Or Concoction, excuse me. Magnifying Glass. And a Drownyard Temple. So tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, and 3 return Drownyard Temple from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Cool. And our foil. Oh, forgive me, it's the flip card. Gatstaff Arsonists. To the Ravagers. Cool. Werewolf. Goes straight to the flip card. And my clue. Okay, from here on out, just going to go straight to the rare and the flip. Stencha Masquerade. Cult of the Waxing Moon. Foul Orchard. Hey, Foreboding Ruins. Cool. When it enters the battlefield, you may reveal a swamp or a mountain card from your hand. If you do, or if you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. And we have Avacinian Missionaries. Lunarch Inquisitors. Oh, okay, so I guess 8 means there's a foil. Weirding Wood. Ghoulsteed. Rise with the Tides. And a Game Trail. So, reveal a mountain or a forest. If you don't, enters the battlefield tapped. Uninviting Geist. Unimpeded Trespasser. And Declaration in Stone is our foil rare. And to the best of my knowledge, it's nothing to write home about. Or maybe, at the moment right now, I think it's like, what, $7? Maybe $6.50? Wonder what it is in foil. Cool. Ooh, wolf. Oh god. Gloom Widow, Broken Concentration, Ongoing Investigation, Invocation of Saint Traft. So for 1 colorless, a white and a blue, enchant creature. Enchant creature has whenever this creature attacks, put a 4/4 white angel creature token flying onto the battlefield, tapped and attack, and you exile it at the end of combat. So exactly like Geist of Saint Traft with the same cost, but it's an aura. Harvest Hand. Scourge Scythe. And a mountain. And a clue. Alright, I won't avoid a 30-minute video, so straight to the flip. Ooze. First hand. Hey, hello, Jace. Sweet. Alright, so it's a 5 loyalty planeswalker for 3 colorless and 2 blue. +1 is scry 1, then draw a card. -2, return target creature to its owner's hand. And the ultimate -8, you get an emblem with whenever an opponent casts his or her first spell each turn, counter that spell. Sweet. What's Jace at now? 15 bucks? Pour over the pages. Groundskeeper. Stone Quarry. Audric. Lunarch Marshal. So it's a 3/3 legendary creature, human soldier for 3 and a white. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn if a creature you control has first strike. Same is true for flying, death touch, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. Goody. Convicted killer. Branded Howard. Hope Against Hope, Rush from the Tides, Woodland Stream, and Anguished Unmasking. So it's an instant for 1 colorless, a white and a black. Exile target non-land permanent, you lose 3 life. So just like the Vindicate, except at instant speed with a life loss. Worth it. Solitary Hunter. One of the pack. Yes, I realize I'm opening every single pack different. I'm sorry. So, zombie. Tip. Hey, Elusive Tormentor. Insidious Mists. And the flip card. And the rare. Engulf the Shore. So it's an instant speed for 3 colors and a blue. Return to their owner's hand all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. Clue. Card. A foil Crawling Sensation. Creepy. Kissig Forge Master. To Flameheart Werewolf. And our rare. Flameblade Angel. So 4/4 for 4 colors and 2 red with flying, so whenever source an opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, you may have it deal 1 damage to that source's controller. I miss being able to attend pre-releases, but work just eats up my life. Clue, Forest, Neglected Heirloom, Ashmouth Blade, Behold the Beyond. So it's a sorcery for 5 colors and 2 black. Discard your hand, search your library for 3 cards, and put those cards into your hand, then shuffle your library. Yeah. Spirit, Mountain, Nagging Thoughts, Kindly Stranger, Demon Possessed Witch. We have an Asylum Visitor, so it's a 3/1 for 1 colorless and a black Vampire Wizard. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. And it's got a madness cost of a colorless and a black. So you can discard this card into exile. When you do, cast it for its madness cost or put it into your graveyard. Zombie. Swamp. Cursed Witch. Infectious Curse. Second Harvest. So it's an instant speed for 2 colors and 2 green. For each token you control, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that permanent. Ooh. Clue. Card. Autumnal Gloom, excuse me. Ancient of the Equinox. Beautiful art. Altered Ego. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, so hopefully it didn't cut off. If it did, try and get it in editing. Playing Spirit. Aberrant Researcher. Perfected Form. Burn from Within. So it's a sorcery for X and a white and a red. Wow. It deals X damage to target creature or player. If a creature is dealt damage this way, it loses indestructible until end of turn. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Fire Knight, Forest. Stensia Masquerade. Neglected Heirloom. And Seasons Past, another mythic. Sorcery for 4 and 2 green. Turn any number of cards with different converted mana costs from your graveyard to your hand. Put Seasons Past on the bottom of its owner's library. Okay, well, I hope I didn't, blow my load with all the mythics, because I would love an Avacyn right now. Spirit card. Breakneck Rider. Neckbreaker. We have a Corrupted Graphstone. It's an artifact for 2 colorless. Corrupted Graphstone chooses a battlefield tab. Tap, choose a color of a card in your graveyard. Add 1 mana of that color to your mana pool. Oh, we have a foil basic. Big fan. Hermit of the Natternolls. Lone Wolf of the Natternolls. Thalia's Lieutenant. Or Lieutenant, depending on which part of the world you're in. It is a human soldier, 1/1 for 1 and a white. So when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. Whenever another human enters the battlefield, if you control, put a +1/+1 on Thalia's Lieutenant or Lieutenant. I think I'm going to use that in my soldier deck. That's a lot of fun. Skin Evasion, Skin Shredder, excuse me, and Ulvenwald Hydra. So it's a Hydra for 4 and 2 greens, so it has reach. So its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. Ooh, I like that Hydra. Angel, Island, Pious Evangel, Wayward Disciple, Eerie Interlude. So it's an instant speed for a 2 colorless and a white. Exile any number of target creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a long video? I apologize in advance. Ooh. Heirloom Emblem. Cool. Card. Hinterland Logger. Timber Shredder. We have a Silver Fur, a Partisan. So it's a Wolf Warrior, 2/2 for 2 and a green with Trample. So whenever a wolf or werewolf you control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, put a 2/2 a green werewolf creature token onto the battlefield. Cool, that's a cool clue. Card. Solitary Hunter. One of the pack. Traverse the Ulvenwald. So it's a sorcery for 1 green. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. It has Delirium, so if there are 4 more cards typed among cards in your graveyard, you can search your library for a creature or land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Devil token, cool. Card. Handwire Militia Captain. And a Westvale Cult Leader. And our rare. Oh no. That was a rare flip. Forgive me, guys. Hinterland Logger. We've already done that. Timber Shredder. And our rare. Deathcap Cultivator. So it's a 2/1 for 1 and a green. With a Delirium, so it has Death Touch as long as there are 4 or more card type among cards in your graveyard, and tap to add 1 black or 1 green to your mana pool. You have to excuse me if I sound really loopy, guys. It's 1 a.m. and I just got out of hockey. I wanted to record this before going to bed. Clue. Card. Oh god. Convicted Killer. Branded Howler. We have a Diregraph Colossus. So it's a 2/2 for 2 and a black, so it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each zombie card in your graveyard, and when you cast a zombie spell, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. Zombie token. Island. Foil True Faith Sensor. Pious, well, we already did that one. And, oh god. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that. So it's an enchantment for 3 and a black. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player gains 1 life, and each player with exactly, yeah. Apparently that card really messed up a lot of people at pre-release. If you got messed up by that card at pre-release, please comment down below. Or if you won with that card, I would like to know as well. Clue. Card. A second foil rare, and it's not a chase, always watching, so it's an enchantment for a 1 and 2 white. Non-token creatures you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. We have a Lambholt Pacifist, which transforms into a Butcher. And Avacyn's Judgment. It's a sorcery for 1 and a red with a madness cost of X and red. So if you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, you cast it for its madness cost. So it deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. If its madness cost was paid, it deals X damage divided as you choose among those creatures and or players instead. Will it be viable in a burn deck? Maybe casual. Clue. Card. Solitary Hunter, we've already done that. And a From Under the Floorboards. That is a creepy art. So it's a sorcery for a 3 and 2 red with a madness cost of X and 2 black. So put 3 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield tapped, and you gain 3 life. If the madness cost was paid, instead put X of those tokens onto the battlefield, and you gain X life. Fun. Clue. Card. Getsaf Arsonist. To a Ravager. Slayer's Plate. So it's an artifact for a 3 of colorless, and equipped creature gets a +4/+2. Whenever equipped creature dies, if it was a human, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token on the battlefield, and it has an equipped cost of 3. Devil. Card. Hey, Thing in the Ice. Very popular so far. So it's a horror for 0/4 for a 1 colorless and a blue. So it's a defender. Thing in the Ice enters the battlefield with 4 ice counters on it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, remove an ice counter from it, from Thing in the Ice. If it has no ice counters, transform it. Awoken Horror. So it's a 7/8. When this creature transforms into Awoken Horror, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hand. Sweet. Town Gossipmonger. And, hey, Brain in a Jar. So it is an artifact for 2 colorless and 1 colorless, and tap, put a charge counter on Brain in a Jar. Then you may cast an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost equal to the number of counters on it from your hand without paying its mana cost. And for 3 and tap, Remove X charge counters from Brain in a Jar. Scry X. Clue. Card. Hair of Fallen Wrath. Falcon Wrath. Wow. Wow, I'm tired. Hair to the Night. And an Ever After. It's a sorcery for 4 and 2 black. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Each of those creatures is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Put Ever After on the bottom of its owner's library. So my camera cut, so I just opened up a fresh pack. Pretty sure there's a foil in it, so I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, there it is. Stoic Builder. Lambhold Pacifist. And our rare is a Fever Visions. So an enchantment for one colorless, a blue, and a red at the beginning of each player's end step. That player draws a card. If that player is if the player is your opponent and has 4 or more cards in the hand, Fevered Vision deals 2 damage to him or her. Damn, I'm tired. A few more packs to go. Card, Plains. Throbbing Gargoyle. Stonewing Antagonizer. And Tamio's Journal. Legendary artifact for 5 colorless. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate. So you put a clue counter with a sack, draw a card. Tap, sack 3 clues, search your library for a card, and then put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. Clue. Card. We have a Daring Sleuth. Bearer Overwhelming Truths, and a Fortified Village. So, when it enters the battlefield, you may reveal a 4-star Plains. If you don't, it comes in tapped. Human Soldier. Card. Duskwatch Recruiter. Crowlin Horde Howler. And a Scourge Wolf. 2/2 for 2 red, first strike with Delirium, so it has double strike as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Spirit. Card. And the Mythic Flip. We have a Startled Awake. So it's a sorcery for a 2 and 2 blue. Target opponent puts the top 13 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And for 3 and 2 blue, Startled Awake. Put Startled Awake from your graveyard onto the battlefield. Transform to activate this ability only anytime you cast a sorcery. Persistent Nightmare. So it's a skulk, so it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. And when it deals combat damage to a player, return it to its owner's hand. Ooh. Convicted Killer. And a Falcon Wrathgorger. 2/1 Vampire Berserker for 1 red. Each vampire creature card you own that isn't on the battlefield has Madness. So its Madness cost is equal to its mana cost. If you discard a card with Madness, discard it into exile. When you do, cast it for its Madness cost or put it into graveyard. Final pack. You guys watched all these openings? I thank you for sticking it out with me. Human Cleric. Card. Hinterland Logger. Timber Shredder. Your final rare is a Prized Amalgam. It's a 3/3 zombie for a 1 colorless, a blue, and a black. So whenever a creature enters the battlefield, if that entered from the graveyard or you cast it from the graveyard, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped at the beginning of your next end step. And time for the recap. I don't want to be greedy, but it was actually a pretty decent box with all the foils that were in it. But yeah, so Audric, Engulf the Shores, Flameblade Angel, a Sun Visitor, Second Harvest, Altered Ego, Burn from Within, Corrupted Grafstone, Thalia's Lieutenant, Eerie Interlude, Silverfur Partisan, Traverse the Ulvenwald, Deathcap Cultivator, Diregraph Colossus, Avacyn's Judgment, From Under the Floorboards, Slayer's Plate, Brain in a Jar, Ever After, Tireless Tracker, Fevered Visions, Scourge Wolf, Falconwrath Gorger, Prized Amalgam, Invocation of Saint Traft, Anguished Unmasking, Tamio's Journal, Drownyard Temple, Game Trail, Fortified Village, Foreboding Ruins. First Mythic is an Ovenwald Hydra. Seasons Past is our second. Behold the Beyond is our third. Jace, Unraveler of Secrets, is our fourth. And Persistent, well, technically, Startled Awake is our fifth. And for flip rares, we have Elusive Tormentor, and Weird Militia Captain, and Thing in the Ice. For the foils, Beautiful Plains, Nagging Thoughts, Stoic Builder, True Faith Censor, Stensia Masquerade, Crawling Sensation, and our first foil rare, Always Watching, and our second foil rare, Declaration in Stone. So you know what, 2 foil rares, can't go wrong. Not a bad box. I'm sure they might have seen worse. I hope you didn't get worse. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully bring you some more cool stuff real soon.